Hi, Gary here. You know, it was a few days ago, I was talking to my wife, and there's a friend of a friend had gone through some major health crisis. What happened was this gentleman went to the hospital for just some minor surgery, had some anesthesia, went under for about a half an hour, came back out, went back home, and after about a week started exhibiting really strange signs. So much so that he thought he still owned his business, which he sold 10 years earlier. He started to get very angry and very abusive to his wife, and she got really concerned. At one point called 911. Anyway, son came by, took him to the hospital, and they found out he has permanent brain damage. Somehow there was a reaction between this drug and another common drug he was taking that gave him permanent dementia. And now he's in a nursing home and can never come back home. Now, this is a major crisis for this family, and really difficult for her to deal with. And this is what happens a lot of time. You have this healthy spouse who now all of a sudden is dealing with this very difficult situation, wants to spend time with her husband, but also has to deal with all the other things that he was doing that she's not familiar with doing. And in particular, he was doing all the money issues. So she enlisted her son initially. I'm not sure where she's going with all this, but a very difficult situation. And in many ways, this kind of transition is almost like I hate to say it this way, but it's like a living death, because you really don't have your spouse anymore. Still have to be with your spouse, helping him through everything and being there as in a relationship and connecting with him, even though he's not sure what's going on in the world and it's difficult for him. Same time having to go back home where you're spending a limited amount of time and dealing with all the issues at home. It becomes extremely overwhelming. Stress levels go way up, cortisol goes way up. So simple, easy tasks like just writing checks to pay bills, or just getting the laundry done, or getting other things that need to be done are difficult. And so a lot of families, surrounded by friends and family, hopefully to do that, but they need other help out there from other advisors or other folks to deal with just money issues and so forth. And this gets into the situation where you're just trying to deal with both urgent and important things, and you're letting everything else go. And this transition can be extremely difficult. It could spend many, many years going through this. So there's a team hopefully they can put in place that helps augment the family and friends that are out there to help this spouse through this very difficult situation. And at the same time, the costs go up. It's going to cost more money for that spouse to be in that nursing home, regardless of whether or not they have health care coverage and those other areas. It's just going to be more. So all this money is being thrown around, and so it becomes very difficult for that spouse dealing with the situation to walk through, paying the bills, understanding there's more money there for the long term so they don't run out of money. I mean, it all changes. The planning changes, the whole, everything that was put in place changes, and there really needs to be some really semblance of order. And so what happens many times is these folks, when we see them, because we get into these, I'll call financial triage situations, we're just trying to help them just get through the basics, the simple tasks, and then once they've got that covered and people are in place to help them walk through, then you can work on the longer term stuff and get them down the road. So I would encourage you, if you know anybody in that situation and needs some help, you certainly have them give us a call. We'd love to be able to help them out on this. But major health changes can be very, very long and difficult transitions for those spouses around there. They're really trying to provide all the support, both financial and personal. It's money affecting their life and life affecting their money. It's just one of those very difficult situations. So until next time, enjoy.